Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Necromunda Underhive Wars. This is a game that I've been very excited to play. I've got it ahead of embargo, so this will go up as a fresh sort of playthrough. I've already dabbled with it because I couldn't help myself. I've made it very clear I'm a bit of a Focus Home fanboy, and I have a big soft spot for like Mordheim, not so much Necromunda. For those who, I'll just break it down for those who aren't aware. Mordheim and Necromunda are the same sort of relationship to one another as Warhammer Fantasy is to Warhammer 40k. They're set in their respective universes. One's just a sci-fi version of the other one being fantasy, right? It's a gang warfare squad-based management thing. These were tabletop games when I was a kid. I think they're getting re-releases these days, but I don't really follow the Warhammer scene as much these days, at least on the tabletop. And the whole concept was you would have a squad of dudes, you'd level them up, they'd gain permanent injuries, but they'd also gain feats and that, and you'd have like a team treasury. So it's very advanced for its time, especially when with Warhammer, generally speaking, it was just pitched battles. You would have point limits, but there wasn't a campaign, broadly speaking. So I didn't play as much Necromunda, and that's set on like hive worlds, which are sort of shitholes in Warhammer, you know? If each planet's a suburb, you know, then Hive Wars is set in Frankston. And, and basically there are a bunch of punks just fighting for dominance. What I can tell you now, this game is good if it's what you're looking for, okay? They've chosen to go the same route as they did the Mordheim game. Same company made a game of Mordheim back in, God, I want to say 2014, so a while ago. And while it was undeniably a very cool adaptation of the tabletop, it's janky and it's not going to be for everyone, right? This is very much Mordheim 2.0. They've taken a lot of cool stuff that worked, they've upgraded it, and they've obviously put it in the Necromunda sort of setting, but it's very similar. But they've fixed a lot of problems, to be perfectly honest, right? It plays really well with a controller. I would say better with a controller. You don't need to have pinpoint mouse targeting or anything like that. And they resolved a lot of things, like if you are familiar with Mordheim, the video game as well, the whole core of it is to get weird stone, is to collect stuff, and you happen to be fighting with people. That's sort of the focus in this game as well. In fact, it's much heavier focus. It's about getting in, getting the loot, and getting out. You fight because you have to, but it's also very dangerous and high risk, and your dudes could possibly die permanently from it. So I've already played a few matches against where you have like a three-way, you know, free-for-all brawl, and I was getting bogged in with one team killing each other, and the other team went and grabbed all the sexy loot and just bolted out of the match. Anyway, just a bit of preamble because I know a bit about it. At the very least, if you've only watched this far and you're just curious, it's a great game. And if you were a fan of the Mordheim game, like I said, same company, same thing. It's a 2.0 and it's a big upgrade from that, okay? But it's not radically different either. The verticality of this game is much better, that's for sure. But we'll get into it. So, story serves as a bit of a tutorial. I haven't played through all of it, but I actually get the impression that it's not going to be super long. It's mostly just going to set you up for the main sort of skirmish mode.
Untold billions crammed within mountains of metal. Vast insect mounds of tireless industry amid the toxic wastes of their own manufacture.
How cool does that look, man?
Inside the hive cities, every breath of air, every drop of water is recycled 1,000,000 times over.
Right.
Every watt of power, and each mouthful of food must be guarded against rival clans and outlaws. It is a place where only the strong can endure, and no one prospers.
Yeah.
Except, of course, those at the very top. And yet, opportunity.
This setting's so cool.
For the gang bold enough to take it. In the foundation layers of the Underhive, all manner of treasures can still be found. lost, forgotten, or abandoned in the dark.
Nice. So, I'm not super familiar with this part of the Warhammer 40k setting, because I play Tyranids and all that. I'm more of a Xeno character. I kind of hate Space Marines. I kind of really dislike the people I've met in real life that like Space Marines a lot of the time. They're very self-serious, neckbeardy people. But this whole like Mad Max in space, this I could get around. So not so much the Space Marines, but more about the shit kickers in the slums.
The only question is, who will get there first?
Me! I like that they're leaning into that sort of churchy music. If you ever played Mechanicus, that has the best soundtrack of any 40k game, and it's cool that people are sort of pinching a little bit of motifs from that. So this is... okay, we'll go from chapter 1, because that's the beginning. What I might even potentially do a separate playthrough as the skirmish mode, because that's sort of like run your own clan, you can go PvP against other players, you can set up 2v2s with your mates, and you also fight this sort of overworld map against a bunch of other squads, and you sort of try and avoid each other and try and get as much scrap as possible. So it's very different from the campaign. Okay. Chapter 1, Hivequake. Venturing far from home, Clan Escher, Gangers, Vex, and young Kyra traverse treacherous unknown terrain to reach a secret gathering called by their leader. Yeah, it's worth doing this. It's a great setup for the controls. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is definitely Frankston.
Wait. Come on, Kira. Move your off.
Yeah, this is the sort of Sheilas I went to school with.
Watch out!
Bert.
Those teeth. Vex? Vex? Vex! Are you okay, Vex? Vex!
That should be right. What a hard chick.
I'm okay. I ain't made of glass.
So the guns, if you're a 40k person, the Necromunda thing, the guns are slightly different.
To the meetup.
That looks like an auto
Around and catch up to you.
autocannon, I think. But I know from the Necromunda tabletop, there's a lot of like stubbers and stub guns, which are basically shit, you know, Kalashnikov versions of bolters. I don't think you'll ever see a bolter in the Necromunda. There also seems to be a bug that we've seen in hard space before, which is I'm inverted, but I'm not inverted. And now I am. Yep, it's the exact same repeatable bug. Okay, cool. Wait. Yeah, that's better. So, we're gonna move... what's the mission objective? Move your fighter towards the crate blocking your path. So you can see down the bottom right, I've got movement points that tick down as I go. And then I can't move any further, and that's the yellow line denotes it essentially. So what it does that's really interesting is it's got MP and AP. Actually, like I said, yes, it is a 2.0 of Mordheim, but it's doing some really interesting new stuff. The initiative system is really cool. The verticality in this, can we pull the map up now? Yeah, so the maps are like this. This is actually very simple. The maps tend to be way more layers, like 5 floors, all linked with bloody zip lines and shit. And you'll see here, we're gonna drop down with this chick. But like, there's a lot of
I
freedom.
think Tessera has called a meeting out here, outside clan turf.
She's gang leader. She calls the shots, not for us to question.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I've got MP and AP, and the way they interact is really interesting. Like, if you decide you want to stand still and shoot, or if you're in melee and you want to keep stabbing, you can get abilities where you can trade off your like movement points to entrench. So you pay movement points to generate AP points, so you can just stand still, trade out your movement to get more action points, and then you regenerate action points at a rate about, I think it's 50 per round. Now this happens at the beginning of each round, where you have to pick one of your characters, and they've got an initiative roll that's already happened. You can see down there it says initiative 61 and 72, and the other player will generally pick them as well. So say we pick her, I don't think it's going to matter because it's just us right now.
Tessera's been acting weird.
But there's this meta game
You think she has a job lined up?
of trying to figure out who's going to use the best initiative for when, for what round, for what part of the fight. Now, I believe you can also sabotage these bloody things as well, do all sorts of sneaky bullshit, which is pretty cool. Then you end your turn, then you have to pick a fighter, and we only have 2 in this case. I think you can take 5 max, and then you have like reserve in your warband. But geez, look at this chick's backpack though. How? Look at their getup, man. Oh my god. Like, I'm into this chick, but she's also feral. I guess, like I said, that's just where I grew up, kicking in. Okay, yeah, right, so you go to the medical stations. They give you quite a bit. I had a dude run off in the middle of a fight, and like I pounded the shit out of the bloke, and then he just ran off and healed, and I was like, oh, you scumbag. Right, so we go offensive. Oh, this is a las cannon. Yeah, because I've seen las guns in this, which are, like, bolters are what Space Marines use. Las guns are what, like, the Empire uses, or whatever you call them. Astra Militarum these time. The Imperial Guard. That's, like, this bog standard rifle of the universe, essentially. Now, these shielders are trying to start shit. I'm a bit confused, though, because they're rolling the same... See, she's got a las gun. They're rolling the same clan colours as me. And I don't think the las guns reload in this. Alright, so we'll go with this girl because she's got high initiative, 72. See if we can catch the first turn. So they're gonna pick, well, she's got 102.
2 more idiots. Where do you think you're going?
So this chick will get to go first.
Dragging us out of our home turf. Out of our way, Moran. I won't ask twice.
Alright, so biffing a bit.
Taking us back. Tessera hasn't got clearance from the matriarchs. The clan will exile us if we don't turn back. Screw it. Let's do it then.
So, like, in that case, we could have potentially just conceded and taken our lower initiative person. Say we had 5 to pick from, and save the initiative for another part in the fight. One thing I've noticed as well is that... Oh, well, there you go. Our hits are 99 and 91. You can do this. You can use the triggers to just lock in. So it's pretty easy. What guns are we rocking? They're the same gun. It doesn't really tell me what they are. So they're sort of, I think they're las pistols. They look like las pistols. I've painted enough of the fucking things. I did have Imperial Guard once upon a time. Yeah, everything has an ammo stat and weapons can jam. So, insufficient action points to shoot. So what I'm curious, oh, we can't do tactical. Entrenched, blocked by debuff. Okay, because we're in the tutorial, I guess it's not gonna... Oh, maybe I am actually just straight up debuffed. Well, that's fine, we'll just sit here. But yeah, actually, it's quite smooth. It's very long. The rounds are going to be long, right? So you sort of the same problem that a Phoenix Point game has, for example. You know, if you want to get one match done, it's going to take you half an hour. But it's still a shitload of fun, so they're the sort of cons I can think of. The customization is pretty nuts for someone who doesn't give a crap about aesthetics, which is me. run around as all these shielders in Mad Max high heels with their bloody tits out in lingerie, basically, with guns. This game was made for me. Right, we're gonna bloody gang up on this mole. 99%. No. Right in the knee. Okay, so we can unjam our gun. You got a field repair. And there are different classes, though I haven't quite got my head around it just yet. So you can field repair someone nearby, and your general can give orders as well. So you can essentially fire debuffs at dudes within a certain range, or buffs. Alright. We might actually kneel. So there is actually a line of sight component to what generates the percentage chance to hit, right? So if she turned around and tried to shoot me now, she would have like a 50% or something. So there is something to be said about using cover just to force them to maneuver to shoot at you properly. I'll lean into the high initiative. 102. Is it always... That's the thing I'm still trying to figure out. Is it always the same, or do they re-roll? Because I thought she had 102 last time. Alright, let's search this dude. Now, I can't use the axe, but I can take it. Put in backpack. Pretty straightforward. Can I use this? Sabotage dispenser, that's cool. I'll use it because she's been hurt. Nice. So right hand. Target is too close. Oh, I didn't really realize that was a thing. So I don't think I have enough AP to fire both guns is the problem. Oh, hang on, what was this? Switch hands. Both hands, left hand. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Kneel. Reload weapon. Maybe. We'll go kneel. Look, if I've got the points left, you better believe I'll do it. What else? Well, that's the other thing as well. The points carry over. Like I said before, I think you get 50 per turn. So you don't necessarily have to just keep spending them like I just did. Alright, I've only got one chick left, so the other one, there won't be an initiative roll-off. You can stand for nothing. There we go. Can I entrench? No, I don't think I'm allowed to entrench just yet. You know what, I'll just stand here. That's fine, we'll take the hit. AP and MP restored. Does she get 102 again? 72. I haven't been paying attention to my own ones. Maybe you guys as viewers can see because I'm recording it. So it might well be that they just have a fixed initiative. Which adds yet another layer as well. So when you're fighting, after the first couple of rounds, you might be able to figure out what initiative your opponents have, because you can have a bunch of opponents at once. And then you can sort of try and bait out their initiative maybe, or consider it when you're picking. Like if you know that other guy's gonna drop down his highest initiative, then maybe you don't. Anyway. Where is she? There. Dance.
Searcher! Moore would never venture out this far without a map of the area.
Put in backpack. I don't have the AP for it. Okay. So yeah, look, I think I've seen people saying, you know, you could have gone the XCOM route, you know, the top-down sort of turn-based tactical thing. I like what they've done with this. This is good. And again, that's coloured for me by the fact that I've seen their previous attempt, which was Mordheim, and like I said, it's okay, but it is janky. It's a good first attempt. This is a really good second attempt, is the way that I would put it. But if you're absolutely oblivious to Necromunda and Warhammer, and you never played Mordheim, I'd be curious how you would receive this. I love the environments, like you just look around, it's so cool, and all of them are, like this one's got this frost theme, and you have to loot, like you'll have to tear out bits of computers and that to take with you, specific sort of loot. It's just, the settings are so cool. So like that's one of the big advantages of having it in this sort of mode. If you had a top-down isometric, you couldn't do quite as interesting things with the environment. Whereas with this, it's very immersive, the cool different levels that you can jump in. Like, I'm a big fan.
Shame.
Never liked her anyway.
Whoa, whoa, we're with you.
What is
No
that fist
hard
thing she's got?
feelings?
Hell no. If Maren wanted to lead, she had to be strong enough. And she was weak. So we'll follow you, sister.
Yeah, I love this like pack animal
What's this all about?
brutal mentality.
Why are we meeting on the way out of here? It's got to be big. Why risk it otherwise?
Big enough that Tess is more worried about those matriarchs hearing about it. Big enough to risk getting into a fight with the slab punchers.
Ooh, so the biggest. It's gotta be loot, right? Ahoy!
Shut up, Kira.
Hey, lay off!
Oh. So, those little skull drone things, I don't really know how they work in the Imperium. I know that Mechanicus has them. Are they called servitors? No. No, they're different. They're robot dudes. Anyway, let's keep going. I haven't played beyond that first mission. There's so many really complicated mechanics in this skirmish mode, and the game is very much like, please play this campaign first to learn, so I'd believe that. Oh, who is this? I like all the leopard print sheets that are out. Oh man.
What's the deal, Tess?
Yeah. Why'd you drag us all the way out of house territory?
My gang, my rules.
Look at that hair. I like Tess, leader of the Bane Cats, affiliate gang of House Escher. Yeah, Escher are the Sheila gangs.
Big hit last night. Shock went right to the core. Feel them quakes on the way here? Something big got kicked loose.
Look at all these savage women.
This isn't just lightning getting earthed. Whatever it is, it's making its own power now. And that means only one thing.
What's that?
Archaeotech.
Oh, right.
No one knows about this yet, and we're out here to keep it that way.
Oh, this bloke knows. This Sheila knows. Oh. Oh no.
We'll be made for life! How are we getting there?
I know someone with the route down. They can. Watch out!
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh wow. They've got bolters, I think. Oh, is that Tess? Did they just kill Tess? No, I loved her hair. Look at this guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow, these chicks are getting fucked up. Oh. Holy hell. Oh no, Tess is still good. It was all good. Alright, cool. Select a fighter. Let's go. Why? Why do you uninvert my control every time? You kill him. I'm just gonna have to get used to it. I'll deal with it. Be careful of enemies in stance. Overwatch stance and ambush. Yeah. Oh, does it show you in the tactical overlay? Ah. Yeah, so you can set up like a boundary that if the enemy walks into it, you attack interrupt. Initiative 108. Yeah, you better believe it. This is Tess, the girl. Yeah.
Scum-sucking Orlocks must have trailed us down here.
Orlock, that's the
Make
name of
them
that
this
team.
ambush.
So there's 3 teams at launch. There'll be more for sure.
Stop complaining and get to higher ground. From there, we'll work on finding us an exit.
Deadeyes like this fighter have a signature skill called Ascension, which allows them to reach high ground from almost anywhere. Moving with this skill will not trigger Overwatch. Once Ascension is selected, look at the floors above for potential anchor points. Okay. Is that from Tactical? Ascension. Choose destination. Oh, wow. Aha. Can I do that one? Oh, man. That's cool. Oh, these controls. Oh, whoops. Sorry, sir. I'm a bit close. Yeah, so be aware if you're a normal person, you might have problems with the thumbstick inversion. Alright, here we go. Shoot, aimed shot, Overwatch. No, we'll just shoot this bloke. What's aimed shot do? I don't actually know. Oh, it's like VATS. That's cool. Not that interested though. I'll just put the paint on him. She'll be right. Entrench. So I get more attack. Maybe I'll have enough AP for another attack. Get zapped, mate. Kneel, reload weapon. No, we'll do this. How bad is it? Oh no, I've got the I've got the angle. So we'll just kneel here. And if you pick a dude, but he gets killed before he gets his turn, like say this guy, say I killed that guy, they would lose their turn. So there's something to be said about that.
Good. Get some trophies and find out which gang they're from. We need to know what we're up against.
Yeah, right, well we zapped him. What else we got? Oh, look at this flamethrower. Oh my god. There's some Gucci kit in this game. Alright. I guess I'll tell you what, the turning speed on the thumbstick, and actually, to be honest, because of this mouse inversion that I'm getting, can you just quickly switch to... Yeah. Uh-oh. I might be better off, because of that invert bug, I might actually be better off personally doing it with the mouse and keyboard. But I do know the controller keys better. Alright. Right, because it's a flamethrower. Homemade nade. So you could probably just walk up like this. Oh yeah, let's go. 17%. I haven't used a flamethrower yet. This is cool. 63. I'll take 87. Pinned. Interesting. Alright. Go hide over here or something. Yeah, so just be aware that there seems to be an inversion bug. Yeah, even though like it's clearly built from the ground up for controller and it works really well with the controller, personally I'll probably be switching to mouse and keyboard again, just because if it's going to keep resetting my thumbstick every single time I start, I'm not sticking around for that. Now I think that's a Sheila actually. So even though there's the female only team, the other teams are unisex as well. In fact, I think all weapons, everything, everyone can get. Maybe you can't have dudes on this one team. I'm not sure. But, elevation advantage. Yeah, so you get higher ground advantages, and I also believe certain classes can fire down as well. Yeah, that might not be a bolter. Maybe that's what a stub gun looks like these days. I don't know, I haven't seen one since bloody 2nd edition. And then we've got aim shot. Anyway, so, oh wow, I like all the armor, the bone armor this Sheila's wearing. Very cool. I was just gonna see if she has the, oh, she's got Overwatch. Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. I'm really enjoying it. All these shipping containers that you can get in. I highly recommend it. If you're familiar with Mordheim, because at the end of the day, the way that they're choosing to do the turn-based strategy is a little bit unique, right? The industry doesn't really do this, like a third person. I almost worry that people might have watched the marketing and thought that this is a third-person shooter. It's absolutely not. This is like an XCOM game, for sure. And I really enjoy it, but there are some people that are just going to bounce off it for sure. And that's because it's not deceptive. It's just unconventional. They're doing some weird genre melding, which is pretty cool. Anyway, team, let me know what you reckon. If you want to see more, I would love to play this. I know this is a little bit reviewy, you know, but it's worth explaining what's going on and the differences, especially since I'm a bit of a fan of this whole genre that's going on here. Potentially we'll keep playing through the campaign. I actually am really enjoying it. The cutscenes and that are really cool. Yeah, that's, I'm also open to running through like on a skirmish mode as well if there is enough interest. Team, thanks again for joining me. I might just leave it there for the time being, and I will catch you guys on the next one.